Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi! My name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are unboxing and taking a look at the Inspirational Goddesses Oracle by Riccardo Minnetti and art by Arianna Farricella. This is published by Lo Scarabeo, but was sent to me by the Book Outpost, so thank you so much to Book Outpost for sending this my way. I'm not sure how much it retails, but I'll add it in the edit. All right, let's get into it. A book and 36 oracle cards. This is also a Lo Scarabeo deck, so it's going to be in 5 different languages. A work of true dedication to the female world, explored through the goddesses of various cultures and religions. I will link everywhere that you can legitimately purchase this down in the description box below if you are interested. All right, so before we get into the cards, I do want to take a peek here first at this oracle guidebook. So we do have a table of contents to show you what language you're going to be working with. Information, background, the nature of female divinity. Nice. Okay, how to use the deck. What we hope as the first use of the deck is that it can bring inspiration. Just by reading about the goddesses with a curious and open mind, there is a lot to be gained. However, for a more practical use of the deck, we would suggest 3 different applications for the cards: finding, calling, and asking. When we are looking for a solution, sometimes the solution is within us already. Of course, this can be seen as a mockery of genuine need for help, but nevertheless is true. A solution within ourselves is not easy nor fast. It means finding a part of us that is still unexpressed, maybe even suppressed, and let it bloom until it creates change within us. It brings growth, and with growth, the mountains of yesterdays will just be pebbles of tomorrow. It's not an easy process, and it requires our being to be put in a listening mode and to open to change. This deck can help a little in this process by connecting a goddess to a specific part of us. The energy of the goddess becomes a seed in our spirit, and it can slowly blossom, bringing change within it. Finding is like a process of tuning. As we study a goddess, we study ourselves. We find our own strength, our own magic, and our own divinity. Calling, compared to finding, is a much more straightforward act. Rather than reaching within ourselves through meditation and self-awareness, we can call the energy of the goddess and draw her power into our life for a specific purpose. One does not need to believe in the goddess except as a symbol and a connection to the divine or to our higher self. We need confidence to go through an interview. We can call Andraste, power. We are suffering, we can channel our inner Guan Yin in order to turn that suffering into mercy. And asking. The last way to use this deck is by asking a question and trying to find an answer. This act is similar to the question people pose to oracles, such as the Oracle of Delphi. The answer could come from the divine by drawing connection between the cards drawn, fate, and reality. Connections that are not made by cause and effect relationship that could be explained by reason. Be warned, however, as the oracular use of a deck like this, exactly as the ancient oracles, must go through a process of interpretation, as the answers of the divine are never clear according to a human, material, and pragmatic perspective. Our suggestion is to ask the question and then give yourself time to meditate, interiorize, and understand the answer. Okay, so we have 4 cards here for a spread. An example of that. And then it goes into the goddesses. All right, I'm going to unwrap this. I'll be right back. All right, here's the back of the deck. Very pretty. And I wouldn't call it like a high gloss. There's a little bit of a gloss to it, but I'm leaning more towards a matte here. And it is a Lo Scarabeo cardstock, not too thick. It's on the thinner side of a medium thickness, if that makes sense. And they are a little warped just because of temperature changes, but see how they easily flatten out once you kind of adjust it. So not a big issue at all. Okay, first off, art is stunning. We have a number and the title. I'm going to read each name out loud because it might be hard to see in the video. So this is Gaia. Stunning. Shakti. Lilith. Sekhmet. Brigid. Ooh, there we go. Hell. This art is really cool. It kind of reminds me of like comic book art. Very dynamic, very bold. Okay, Hina or Hina. So I do apologize if I mispronounce any of these names. I'm trying my best. Allah. Inari. Divana. Morana. Or Morana. Isis. Chantico. Hecate or Hecate. Spider Grandmother. I really like that the eyes are more of like a glow than like a realistic eyes. It gives them an otherworldly look. Fang Popo. Zora. Loviatar. Aryongjong. Erzuli. Andraste. Cybele or Sybil. Chaupi Namka. Halpin and Tanu. Gabadu. Etugan Eke. I know I'm probably butchering these names. I do apologize. Anat. Aja. Amesha Spenta. Flora. Love the hummingbirds. Nyx. That's a cool interpretation. Guanyin. Nua. Asik. Isaac. Bhavani. Dewi Rati. Stunning artwork. I am loving all of the different goddesses. Ooh. All right, not an issue with shuffling. We're going to do side by side. Ah, yeah. Okay. And overhand. Yeah, it feels good. It shuffles great. And let's get a card to read, please. I'm going to read for Spider Grandmother. Okay, so we have the title and then a picture up top of the card, and it says, "Weave your power from the side with patience and understanding." In Hopi and other Native American traditions, the spider grandmother is an old and timeless woman and, at the same time, a common spider. Her magic is always wisely woven from the mundane and ordinary things, but she brings wonder and help to all that needs it. So keywords are wisdom, help, and humbleness. I love that. I think this is great for learning different goddesses, embodying that energy, learning about how you can integrate the goddess energy within yourself, regardless of your gender. I think the artwork is stunning. It's short and sweet with the guidebook, but it does give a lot of background. And if you want to further study the goddesses, you can do so. This is like a jumping off point. And I love that it includes a lot of goddesses that aren't your quote unquote typical goddesses you see in mainstream decks like this. There's a lot that I do not recognize, and there's some that I do that are well known. So definitely really cool to see all of the different cultures in here and have such an interpretation of it in a respectful way. I think it was done really well. I would now love to know what you think about this deck. Is this something that you are excited about, interested in? I know that this has been around for a while now, but just now getting around to it myself. I think this is really pretty, really fantastic. So I would love to know what you think. And if you've made it this far in the video, in the comment section, drop a moon emoji to let me know you have. Thank you so much to Book Outpost for sending this my way. And thank you all for hanging out and spending your time with me. I love you and I like you. If you have not done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.